Nothing outside of Aden Kadmon.
So in that Kadmon, there's all the possible universe and
Exactly.
plan.
Yes, the Yesod reproductive area is the solar system.
Oh my goodness.
And even our true self, we cannot say it's nothing. It's a fullness.
It's nothing in the respect that it's no thing.
Mhm.
It's not a thing. It's everything but no thing but nothing.
All right. I think that the words of master are the antidote for us because it's only we need to remember.
We were bitten by a
Uh,
serpent.
no, no,
Yeah.
there's no.
Well, you know that the antidote is the poison, but modified. So
Wow. Right?
the master ate the poison of the serpent.
Wow.
Yes, the more you grow up, the more darkness will try to chase you, but you are
Mm.
stronger.
We're already a member of the family. We got to remember the member that we are. We got to remember and keep that remembrance, have that constant reminder that, hey, do this. Hey, don't do that. Hey, do this, but in a kind, loving way, even to ourselves.
Everything here is a response or a manifestation of those images that come before.
Mm.
So we have to be aware of what's in the background of our mind.
Yes.
Otherwise, we will be trapped in the serpent's loop.
Mm. The robos.
Yes.
Bugil.
Mhm. In the horizontal and vertical repetition, because in each epoch there can be a repetition of the same version. King Solomon said, "What was already is, and what will be is already." Because Elohim, nature, restores everything so that it's corrected. No? That's in Ecclesiastes 3. There is nothing new under the sun. So everything
Mm.
repeats until someone breaks the pattern or makes the movie perfect. It's
Mm.
like a rehearsal.
Yeah.
Actors following a script, but they change the script,
Yeah. How you call,
improvise.
how you, yeah, improvise. Yeah. Improv.
In a sense, we are the directors and scripting masters in a higher level, of course, but
Yeah.
we miss the point of the original script.
But like you said, I believe, but it's all we're not we're not creating anything. We're just living out what is already in the Father's mind, or
Yes, Adam's mind,
in Adam's mind.
because there is a collection of timelines that
Mimi.
somehow are to be lived, to be experienced, so that we rule out what does not work. That's in Genesis 1. Bereshit, in the beginning, it says Bet Resh, in the head, en la cabeza. In the head of God, everything takes place. So
Hmm.
he's thinking all timelines, meaning the Adam Kadmon, and not the primordial and manifested God, which is limitless.
Right.
But his body, his brain,
Hmm.
Adam Kadmon, the whole
Yes.
cosmos, is thinking about all possibilities. Who makes them real? Well, that's another question.
Right.
we
But that's all without confusion though, too. There's no confusion there.
No,
Even
he
though
has
it's
no confusion.
right. And there's no shifting of the shadows, yeah.
No, but as some Kabbalists in the Middle Ages said, even though God sees the left-hand path of evil, he did not want to manifest that, but the serpent did. She said, "Oh, I want that,"
Right.
and inserted itself into those possibilities and made them real.
Wow.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Because once you manifest something in the universe, there is no other choice. You have everything. All possibilities are all possibilities.
Yeah, it says, yeah, always with the father, the mind, he says, he keeps no good things from his children. He gives all good things. He's a giver of all good things. And even in the story of the prodigal son, you get your inheritance. There's even before the father passed. That's unheard of. That only inheritance is given after a father would pass, but the father gave you your inheritance already, withholding nothing from you.
Yes. As Marilu is saying that the seed to be developed is love.
Absolutely.
That the question, if you don't live that what makes you develop love, it's impossible to be really love and love.
Absolutely.
We can be love, but the question is how we manifest that love.
Yeah.
We have to go through darkness.
That's true love.
Mhm.
You know, that's true love. That's the sacrifice. That's the true love, because true love is willing to sacrifice to know the love or be the love.
Mhm. Yes. Marie-Louise is saying here that the beginning was not the head until wisdom was excluded. That's very interesting.
Absolutely.
So yeah, when something went missing in the cosmic head, it was somehow expelled, like going from the head to the bottom, to the attributes, so to say.
Would you consider like it had a bad thought? That's not possible.
Yes, but the bad thought was from Sophia.
Mm.
It was an aspect of the Holy One.
Ah.
That was in the
So
interpretation
so
soul.
the cosmic mind, Adam Kadmon, he he there is other entities on that level.
Yes. If this is Aran Kadmon,
Yeah.
well, there are many beings in these areas. The
In the
galactic
heart, in
plane,
the heart area, in the area of the heart.
in the heart,
That's the
there
solar
were
plexus.
beings, but there were also beings here in the genital area, so to say,
Right.
even though it's very anthropocentric, but
So at that common means is the everything, right? Is
yes, the totality, the whole universe,
Yeah.
the whole universe. So
with all universes, even.
Nothing outside of Adam Kadmon.
so in that common, there's all the possible universe and
Exactly.
plan.
Yes, the Yesod reproductive area is the solar system.
Oh my goodness.
That's why here we are gestating something, fecundating the earth.
Yeah.
It's a very good representation. Very
Absolutely.
Yeah.
interesting. So where the falls takes place, not in the head, on the top, because that's primordial Adam
Right.
in the highest plane, not in the sun, in the chest,
Mm.
because he dwells there always without falling,
Yes.
but in the genitals or in the soul,
Ah.
in the planets, in
In
the
the
beginning
yeah.
they were races and civilizations, but they lost their mind.
Oh man.
They were from Orion, many of them, the fallen angels. And you know the Milky Way,
Mm-hmm.
in ancient teachings, it is said it is like the river of justice. That's in Hebrew, Din Ur. Din is justice. Ur is origin and primordial nature, but Din Ur is like the river of justice, so that those souls that were filled with vanity and transgression cross that river in a purification journey, so to
Mm.
say.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting because the Cherokee, the native indigenous people from
Mm-hmm.
your land, used to say the Milky Way is the river through which the dog ran. The dog is a symbol of Sirius, the souls that fell. And
Yeah.
in the Tao, the dog
Wow.
is biting the ass of the fool. So there was an ancient reminiscence of this fall.
Yes.
It's
And that
amazing.
because that makes perfect sense too, because all the references of the crossing the Jordan, parting the Red Sea, and that's just like a lower representation of crossing of the purification process through the Milky Way, so to say.
Mhm. Marilu is saying something very interesting. She says that in the beginning, because at the beginning of wisdom is the fear of youth love, hey, not love.
Right, but that fear is I pondered on that for a while, but that fear
Is
is not
respect.
like
It's
yeah,
awe.
yep, exactly.
Reverential respect.
Reverence, yes, absolutely. And it's given, not taken. Like we give it freely. It's not up imposed upon us to you're going to respect me or else. It's like it's so awe inspiring, so grandioso that you just oh your reverence
Yes,
is there, the respect is there.
that's what in aesthetics, the study of artistic feeling in philosophy is called feeling of sublimity, the sublime. When you feel something is sublime,
Mhm.
you can be in awe, but in a sense, you also feel, this is too
It's
vast,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
amazing.
or if you're listening to a beautiful composition, or you're looking at a Mona Lisa, so to say, you have that reverence, that respect for that art, for that
Mhm.
talent, for just the handiwork. You know what I mean? You're just like wow, and then
Yeah.
you have that respect for that like that's what makes it priceless. So some of them things make it priceless, and how much more priceless is our Father's love.
Mm. That's the reason why you don't want to mess up with it, to destroy the art.
Exactly,
Even
exactly.
if we understood that with our body,
That's why yeah, you protect it. You
exactly.
protect, yeah, you protect that. And it's something worth protecting.
Mhm.
It's the priceless, and it's priceless in both ways because it don't cost nothing and it's worth everything.
Mhm.
you know? Yeah.
Well,
Like,
yes, even though the essence of the universe is the result of huge work and need to overcome selfishness.
yeah, that's the paradox. It's
Yeah,
paradoxical like that. Yeah.
if there is God, there is the devil. That's what Gurdjieff
Right.
said.
right.
Mhm. Yes, I think we are understanding everything in pieces, but in true reality, everything is at one, is one.
Yes.
But when we
Correct.
display that essence, then we have everything: light, shadow,
Mm,
mm, falling ones, rising ones. It's
yeah.
like having everything explained in detail. That the one becomes many.
Mm,
In the one, there is no devil, not even God exists
right.
because there is no devil. So
Right.
God is a term that needs something which is not God.
To explain itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But before that, there is the one, the Holy One. Not non-being, as Plotinus used to say, in Neoplatonism.
Right.
That's also the path Mary Magdalene is pointing to. Because everything goes back to its root, and even our true self. We cannot say it's nothing. It's a fullness, but it's so one that we cannot
Yeah.
say it's against anything.
Right. It's nothing in the respect that it's no thing.
Mhm.
It's not a thing. It's everything but no thing but nothing.
Mhm. Yes. The question is how we make our body to be in tune with that higher self.
Mm.
That's the art.
And following that law of love, I mean, as the master said, you know what I mean. Following that, you know, don't add nothing to it, and don't try to take nothing away from it, because by adding something, you take away from it.
Mhm.
It's how they call that, addition by subtraction, or yeah, it's that it's
Mhm.
by adding to it, you take away from it because it already is everything. You can't really add nothing to everything, but you could experience a part of that everything, and it's just experiencing or understanding it fuller, or experiencing it fuller.
Yeah, the whole is not the part, but the wholeness of the whole.
Right.
Many wholenesses
Yes.
reflecting the whole.
Yes, and you're not a drop of water in the ocean. You're the
Mhm.
ocean. You're the ocean in a drop of water. So
Mhm.
you don't lose your uniqueness, because you're the only one that could experience what you can experience.
Mhm.
So you're still an individual, but you're indivisible from the one. You're not a separate from the one, but you're still an individual, which is indivisible from the one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes I've even thought that this whole manifestation that we live, that we call experience, our body, the room, or whatever, can be seen as a totality in itself. So everything could be a reflection of what the universe really is, but we don't see the full essence because we focus more on the pain or the suffering or the material dense experience. But on the other side, we are infinite. So,
Yeah,
Woo.
mm,
it's it's incredible. Oh, so I I'm still thinking in something that the Gospel of Mary says, that to become in a full human, we need to overcome the full habits.
mm,
And when we can see what is the full human, I think that the full human in this case is achieve the essence of Adam Kadmon, that in this case the master taught taught us what is the the real essence in this case. Um, I want to trade this concept with another part of the writings in the Bible, in 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 5, that says, casting down imaginations and very high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
mm,
Christ, that is the principal mind, the cosmical mind of the universe. In this case, in Hebrew, is the Mashiach. Uh, Frankie mentioned that what is the meaning of the real mind, and I think that mainly we are looking for the real mind, but maybe we need to focus in depends on us and review what are the thoughts that we are thinking in
mm,
our lives. When you focusing in their thoughts, that maybe their thoughts doesn't have the light of the master, you can identify that their thoughts are not part of us.
Yeah.
mm.
are not part of us, and you can avoid this type of thoughts, and you can says, I don't want these thoughts because these thoughts is not regarding to
Yeah.
regard to me. Yeah.
Right.
Because I have another type of mind, I have another type of thoughts,
All things made
and
new.
yeah, these thoughts, I'm a new
Creature.
human being in
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah. You reminded me that he said, my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. His ways are higher than our ways, and his thoughts are higher than our thoughts.
Right,
So
right.
we're aspiring to that mind, that higher thought, which is his, you know what I mean? And he came here to show us the way to how to attain that thought, and brought that thought here with him,
Mhm.
Yeah,
in a way.
Yeah,
yeah,
we're living mixed signals because we receive the signal from divine consciousness
Yeah.
and conscience, but also the serpent is releasing its own signal. No?
Right.
Broadcasting, mixed broadcast.
Yeah. I think that's what Brother Israel was saying when he said, you know, hey, this thought ain't my thought. You know what I mean? I have higher thoughts. Now I'm going to bind this. I'm going to bind this thought. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we need to break these type of binds regarding to the bad thoughts.
Mhm.
And hey, man, I can identify with this thought because this thought is not mine. And
Right.
this thought is not mine. I'm of the master. I become the master because the master is inside of me, and I'm in the master because the master is the wholeness.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think that the master inspired me to comment this type, and what is incredible that we can share these thoughts,
Mhm.
the light thoughts in this case.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
Holy One that brought us together.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Because that just reminded me of stepping back and being the witness, and not claiming those thoughts as our own, because we are from that higher thoughts. We are from the higher thoughts. So really not. I don't know if binding the thoughts is a good term, because I always thought, don't you want to be a witness to the thought, but not claim it as your own? Don't bind it. Like, observe it and let it pass, let it flow in the ebb and flow of the Holy One, because the ebb and flows are in the all ebbs and flows are in the Holy One. So do we want to actually bind that thought, which means we're giving it our attention and we're holding on to it in some sort of way, or do we want to let them thoughts go, and just be a witness to the thought? Yeah, okay, don't, like, okay, I had this thought, but I'm not going to hold on to it because I know it's not of me, because I attained to a higher mind,
Mhm.
you know.
The problem here is that there is something in between, which is neither too spiritual nor too material, which is
Right.
the soul. But the soul can be either pulled towards the serpent world
Yeah,
or pulled towards the Holy Source. This is why the soul must be cleansed and made in the image of the Holy One. The image is the Mashiach, or the cosmic brain. But as Marshall McLuhan said, the medium is the message. But we live in a world with two messages. One message is saying, destroy, eat, hate, do whatever you want.
That's a mess for the age already. That's a mess age.
yeah.
Message.
Yeah, but I see I see where Frank is coming from, because when suddenly some thoughts come to your mind, and you conquer that already in your life, that was your old self,
Right.
and you really don't hate, you really don't want to have any bad feelings towards others, but these thoughts sometimes come in. I think behind that it comes an emotion that we might have felt, and then the thought comes. But like Frank says, is you you kind of pose that thought and distance yourself from it because it's no longer me, right? But is I think it's the work we, we
Yes.
we have to do. That I think that needs to be done in your Garden of Eden, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Plant your own garden, cut the weeds.
Yeah, and where we was just reading in the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, she said we got to cultivate, and that's that cultivating of that garden. I mean, yeah, that what thoughts you plant and what thoughts you don't let, you know.
Yeah, especially in the past, I posed this question and said to people that was working that we should pluck up the weeds, no? But the weeds are also used for medicine, so we are also made strong in our weaknesses. So
Yes,
it doesn't mean we are evil just because we are having an evil thought.
right.
Mm. So from the evil thought or the evil impulse, we can aspire to something higher. That's the law of truth.
It's an opportunity
Mhm.
to reconcile that.
Is
Yes,
seeing the opposite, right? Because otherwise, how do we know? How do we know white from black if we only know white, right?
exactly. Mhm. We need a contrast. I realize that every time I am in despair or sad or suffering is because I was not aligned. So it's my own stupidity what makes me be in the labyrinth of pain and ignorance again. So I ask for help and guidance so I can do everything that is in my hands to be constantly aligned. If not 24/7, at least
Three
12,
times a day.
3 times a day.
Yeah, and it's that's like like a dog going back after its own vomit. After you vomited something up, you're not going to go and participate in that thing again.
We should be drinking the true nectar, even though there is a paradox because honey is a symbol of wisdom. Honey is the vomit
Yeah.
of bees.
Ah, wow, very paradox.
The opposite.
Oh man,
The
they
essence
when
used
they
to.
lay it on, they really lay it on, don't they? They got us under some layer. They got us some layers here.
I don't know if the Essenes or the Pythagoreans knew that honey is bee vomit.
Oh boy,
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Yeah, in this world we are constantly eating the vomit of everyone,
Mm,
mentally, emotionally, because Mars and McLuhan, no? The message is the medium is the message,
mm.
and we have to discard wrong signals from the true signal. So it's a struggle. That's discernment, and the sort of discernment. And it's interesting. Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
isn't. Sorry.
no. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, brother.
Uh,
Please.
it's interesting that mention because when first says in the middle, depending of the message that you are getting or that you are uh, saying to anyone, and I spring to my mind that if we can overcome, put the master in the middle, that is the mediation of between God and the man, we can identify what is this message and in of where place came this message,
Mhm.
and maybe this message we can help us to overcome every situation. But is the life in this world is difficult because you need to always put the conscience and focusing in the real life, but in seconds you can turn turn away and another situation, and you write the focus in the real life. And I think that it's necessary to looking for a strategy to put the attention always in the great essence, in the mind of the minds, in this case in the Mashiach. But what is the step? Exists step by step to put these parts? Well, I don't know, but I need to follow the real words that the master came us, and review that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't make these words in my life. Oh, because
yes, we try to find our own strategies which don't work.
right.
Yeah.
Religion
think
is a
that's why
strategy. It didn't work.
Yeah, the religion is an strategy and failed and failed.
That's why the master brought the blueprint, and we got to follow that blueprint that he brought, because he said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life," and that's the way, that blueprint. And I think we're trying to understand how to read the blueprint more fully and understand everything that he has for us in that blueprint. And if we're not concentrating on, if we're not sitting at the drafting table, so to say, and looking at that blueprint, when we turn this way, we forget a part of that blueprint, or we turn this way, we're not concentrating on that blueprint, and we lose focus, one way or another for that split second even. And I think that's, I know we say, that's why we must do what we're called to do here and now. You know what I mean? Do what we are meant to do, be who we're meant to be here and now in every moment, and try to stack them moments on top of each other. You know what I mean? On top of that, the foundation, the rock, which is the master and his teachings. That blueprint.
That's it.
Yeah.
The blueprint is like a nature that is already present, but we have to align ourselves with that nature.
Yes. And be able to read it and feel it and understand it, because he's a master builder. He got that blueprint. And you ever look even at like the simplest instructions sometimes can be very confusing, let alone looking at not that there's confusion in the master's blueprint. We see it as confusing because the level of our understanding where we're at that moment.
Yes, and we think we have to make a great effort or suffer a lot, but he said, be like myself, that I'm meek.
Lonely at heart.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and you will find rest for your soul.
Easy is my yoke, no?
Don't be unevenly yoked. And yoke is yoga. Yoga means yoke. And Teo means the way. So all these terms are referring back to the master's teaching. You know what I mean? When they say, I'm going to do yoga, you're going to be yoked to the master. That's the true yoga.
Well, the yoke is the that thing to handle the
put two oxen together.
Exactly.
Said, do not be unevenly yoked.
Yes, the oxen is the body.
Right.
In Taoism or in Zen, they represent the ego as an oxen, and the master on top, riding the oxen.
Yeah, that's us on the shoulder of giants, right?
Yes.
So to say. The midgets on the shoulder of giants.
I think that we can have in English we can say antidote, como antídoto.
Antidote.
Or no, antidote. All right. I think that the words of master are the antidote for us, because it's only we need to remember.
We were bitten by a serpent.
No. In this case, the master says, I have overcome the world.
Mm.
Come down because I have overcome the world.
Yes.
And brings up this the same thing inside of us. I think there is a good practice for us to overcome our darkness,
Yes.
or darkness, because I need that is the key. But when you try in this world overcome the darkness, in the same time the darkness make more strongest, and is more difficult, and you need to only carry on, and don't give up to achieve the purpose of life.
Mhm.
I think so.
Yes, the more you grow up, the more darkness will try to chase you, but you are stronger. Mm. And the thing is that when you know that the antidote is the poison, but modified.
Wow.
So
Right?
the master ate the poison of the serpent.
Wow.
This is why we have the serpent but modified.
Yeah.
So that's the Kundalini
That's why you got
transforming into Shekinah.
the Christ and the
Yeah.
Antichrist, so to say, the antidote.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. And I think a key word that you said there, Israel, too, that I always try to remember is remember. Because remember is we're already a member of the family. We're already a member of the family. We got to remember the member that we are. We got to remember and keep that remembrance in the forefront of our brain here, and remember through the day who we are and whose we are, and as we do our inner work and our true work, and our mission here, we got to just keep on remembering, because we keep on forgetting. We're like children that has to be reminded, because we're his kids, we're his little brothers, his little sisters, we're still the Father's children, so we still got to remember and to have that constant reminder that, hey, do this, hey, don't do that, hey, do this, but in a kind, loving way, even to ourselves. When we trip up and fall, don't, oh, woe is me. No, there's that forgiveness is there. That's what forgiveness is for. You take that forgiveness, and then you remind yourself, okay, I got a loving Father. He withholds no good thing from me. He don't have this anger or wrath towards me. He's a all loving Father, and we just got to keep on working from that place, that remembering, that reminder, and remember into the family who we are. It's a remembering, not that we ever left the family, but it's like a reunion. It's like the family reunion. It's like reuniting, and you never left the family, even if you're in Mexico and I'm in the States. We're still a family, and when we come together and meet, there's going to be that glorious joy. That's that remembering of the family, of all of us coming together as one, in the master.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is something else there because, yeah, we can remember that we are from a divine family, but if there is something dark, it's also to be understood. So we have to wonder why there is something dark, or who is feeding on this darkness. Is it me, or is it something else that participates from me and from
Right.
the world? That's very interesting because when you question that inner reality, things shift because you break the hypnotic state, not something
Yeah.
that absorbs us. Sometimes we say, how is it possible if I am from the divine source, if my consciousness, my true self comes from there, why I'm identified with this fake reality? Well,
Yeah.
because unconsciously you are assuming as true something which is not true. But going to those assumptions, to those unconscious impressions in the screen is not easy. That requires a sort of mental effort, which is not a physical effort. It's more overcoming inertia.
All right.
It's not a violent struggle, because if we are struggling, we are making things worse. It's duality, conflict. But Mashiach means understanding. So we have to understand deeper what is going on. And that's the beautiful point. Gilberto is leaving, or you leaving?
Yeah, guys, I have a long day tomorrow and I need to get some rest. Have to get up very early
Yeah.
in a few hours. um,
All right.
Well, yeah.
it's been a great session. There is so much wisdom you all share, and very grateful. All of you a blessed weekend, and
You too, brother.
see you soon.
Me
See
Rest
too.
you
well.
soon.
Yes. Yes.
See you soon.
See you soon, brother.
See you soon.
Bye
See you
bye.
soon.
Mhm.
Bless you.
Take care. Blessings.
Blessings.
Take care.
Bye.
If there is something else you want to comment, or
Woo. It's like that. Yeah. There isn't there always, but yeah,
yeah.
you need the you need the physical energy for it, the mental energy.
Mhm.
You need to refuel in the Father's presence to
What time is in Pennsylvania now?
here it is just 8:15
Mm.
8 p.m.
Here is 20 to 2 o'clock in the morning.
I'd be ready for bed too, brother. So yeah, no
I
you
have to. I still have to edit a video to publish it now.
all right.
Yeah, always.
And you Israel, you in Eastern Standard Time?
No, in this
No,
case, I'm in Buenos Aires.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, right now is 9:43 p.m. 9.
Oh, so we ain't that much
Yeah,
far off. Yeah.
yeah,
You're just way
yeah,
far south.
yeah.
Is that
But
near the equator?
not too much.
No.
I don't know. Maybe 4 hours
4 hours.
in airplane to travel
Oh,
away.
okay. Right.
I think so. I never travel away to Ecuador, but maybe in a moment we can travel away for Ecuador.
Marilu is in Ecuador.
Yeah, Marilu is in Ecuador.
Oh no, I'm the equator near the middle of
Yes.
the equator.
Ah,
Yeah, the middle line that goes around and know how far south Buenos Aires
it's
is.
a good point. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. My geography is very poor. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no, the same, the same. I don't know.
That's why we don't know what the heck we're doing. We got to find out where we're
Oh.
at here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Frankie.
Uh,
It's well for me. This time was very very lightness for me, and I feel comfortable with all these comments and thoughts and review. The high knowledge or high awareness. I don't know what is the specific word to mention this type of words, but I know that are so elevated and help us to to enhance our life. And that you mentioned, Frankie, is true that we are the light of the light or the family of light, and you are right now in United States. I'm here in Buenos Aires, for in Spain, and but I'm belong to the same supra, yeah, and
Oversoul.
this is
absolutely.
oversoul,
Yes.
and is beautiful. This thing
Mhm.
is
Well said,
beautiful.
brother.
It's a
And
miracle.
I share all those thoughts and I share all those words and them feelings with you. I second that motion. Ditto. Copy that. And I agree fully.
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
I'm
brother.
grateful. Yeah.
We can close up with a little meditation in silence, maybe with the prayer that we did in the beginning. Let's open our eyes. The three last parts, our is the kingdom, our is the force, our is the splendor, are powerful. It's like deep.
Yeah. Brand new meaning there.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a new understanding on that one. Deeper
Mhm.
understanding. Tell Mary Lou thank you. Gracias.
Thank you.
Yes. And whenever you guys are ready.
See you
Yeah,
on
soon.
another occasion.
Yeah, absolutely.
See you guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Amor.
Thank you.